Hey, so what's up, everybody? Hey, we're back. It's a
little while.
It's been
a little
more than
bit.
a while. Yeah. So we saw Batman v Superman, and you're probably asking yourself, oh, hang on a sec, what? But don't they usually do a hype video before the movie, then after? What is this? What do you even call this?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
This is the most. It's just the unhype.
Yeah.
The unhypening.
Simple answer. We weren't hyped about this movie.
Yep. We kind of were like, oh yeah, this is out.
Yeah.
I guess we should go see it.
Yeah. At best, for me at least, I was cautiously optimistic for this movie.
Well, the trailers kind of set the mood.
Yep.
I suppose that first trailer. We all know what we're talking about. Absolutely atrocious. Second one, a lot more redeeming, I will say, for just the Batman parts alone of that trailer. That's what I'll give it. But even so,
Are you talking about the You tell him to get the fuck out of here. We're filming a thing, damn it. Who does he think he is? Like Flash interrupting our video like this?
You were right about him. Where to begin? Let's get out of the way. We saw Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice.
Yeah, we saw Batman and sometimes Superman.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what I didn't want it to be.
All right. What should we just get out of the way?
Well,
first bash.
Well, first, again, that very thing that the whole reason this movie exists, for me, is it shouldn't, like, again, I know Warner Brothers is trying to be like, no, we're not trying to catch up to Marvel. We're trying to do our own thing. It's fine. No. Because, like, ever since they announced Batman v Superman, I was like, oh, whoa, okay.
That's a big one.
Yeah. I'm like, let's not make, because I didn't want this movie to be already them fighting.
Exactly.
Like, Kylo Ren has been pissed off now.
Yeah. You heard it yourself, folks.
I don't get why. Like, I would have liked it if this would have been a Man of Steel sequel, but Batman just happened to be in there. In the same vein that Iron Man 2 was still an Iron Man film, but Black Widow just happened to be in there.
But no, DC, and again, I called this long ago, they look weak because they want to catch up with Marvel, which Marvel is how many steps ahead of them, if not more now. But yeah, DC wants to pump out a Justice League movie to have competing with Avengers. That's the way I see it. I'm taking into consideration that they even seems they want to put time into Justice League and do it some justice, no pun intended. But man, it's just making. I'm just happy DC Animated exists.
Yeah,
that's
right.
where they fucking nail it every time.
Our first order of business is this movie. I don't like its existence. For one, I'm like, I don't like that it's like you already got into Batman. Because let me just get this out there, because I've been wanting to get this out there publicly, because I know I've ranted about this to all my friends. But the whole reason Batman v Superman are fighting in this movie is not valid, in my opinion, for me, because they're taking out so much shit from The Dark Knight Returns, and it felt like they really wanted to make Dark Knight Returns.
With a name like that,
which to me, I fucking hate The Dark Knight Returns, like that, like they're both the comic and the animated movies. The animated movies were pretty good, but I don't like The Dark Knight Returns, okay? But that may tell you something about it. But one, they tried to do that, and two, the reason it doesn't work in this movie is because Batman and Superman aren't already friends in this movie. The reason it has an impact in The Dark Knight Returns is because, hey, we used to be friends. We used to be on the same side, and now we're enemies. Now we're fighting, like, there's that heavy factor is not there anymore, and that's why I find it here, and this is like, it's just two fucking idiots, like, punching each other now. It looks cool, but it's like, it has no weight to it.
Yeah, honestly, that was probably one of the lowest light scenes, I guess, for me in the whole movie was the actual fight between Batman and Superman.
I'm sorry, I thought you were gonna say this was the actual lowest lane.
Oh God. Speaking of,
kill me now.
Jesus, more screen time than Wonder Woman and Superman combined. I think, yeah, that's probably a fair assessment.
I watching this movie, I was like, didn't I like this Lois Lane in Man of Steel? Like, I thought she was good in Man of Steel. Like, it makes me want to rewatch Man of Steel and be like, was she really that good? Because in this one, I don't like. Okay, well,
yeah.
just finish your point. I got a shit ton to say about that later.
Yeah, well, I mean, we just need to get a lot of things out of the way. That's this whole video. We have a lot more problems than we have likes. I think we can agree on. Yeah. But I mean, for me, I don't at all hate the movie.
No,
I don't. No. I won't say it's a waste of time because it's absolutely not. If you're a comic fan and you're as anal as we are about stuff like that, and how a lot of people are, yes, there are many problems with it. But the movie does succeed in few things, which I am okay with. A lot of changes, but
at the very least, the movie's entertaining to watch. Like I didn't come out of the movie feeling like I wasted my time.
Absolutely, and you know, Zack Snyder, for me, I don't want him touching the DC stuff ever again. A lot of people agree on that, but I won't deny that he did make a really awesome visual, visual picture of it was very, very graphic for DC and Batman and Superman. It worked.
Well, because that's the thing. Zack Snyder is a visual director.
He's more
like the reason people don't want it, and the reason I kind of want him out is because he does shit that is so divisive, you know? Like, again, this is everywhere. It's like, I'm not saying he's a bad director, because he can definitely, like, again, he makes an entertaining movie, but the thing is, he does these decisions that are ultimately gonna make it or break it for people in the movie. And he does that for almost every movie. Like, that flush is exactly what I mean.
Yep. My favorite parts were when they actually weren't hitting each other. The parts when I guess we're allowed to talk of spoilers, of course, and if you already haven't. When Bruce is carrying Clark over his shoulder and gonna throw him down that well and stuff, I thought that had like a lot of impact. Like, I love the shot and everything like that, and I was like, wow, this looks like a struggle almost. Like, it actually looks like a fight. Or when, of course, the ending scene when he's got the kryptonite spear up to his neck and they're actually having that confrontation. I was like, this is the shit I love.
Yes.
When they're actually hitting each other, I'm like, nothing for me. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? This is stupid.
The cinematography in this movie is loads better than a Man of Steel.
Oh, absolutely.
Like none of this.
Yeah, not the fucking boom.
Yeah.
It started with that, but because of it was almost shots from Man of Steel, but that kind of set a mood for me where I was like, oh fuck, like oh no, like I don't want to puke in this fucking theater from these fucking shots. But then it was like maybe a few, and then it instantly was just like, no guys, like don't worry. And I was like,
yeah, but like friggin', I will say this about my favorite scene during the whole Batman Superman fight when he's punching him and then he just stops punching and just
that was,
and then he just like looks at him, he's like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk it out now. It's kind of easy pickings that it's like, oh, lol, DC doesn't know how to make a joke. DC can't. Yeah. But I just like, but for me, I thought that was really surprising. I'm like, okay, that was pretty good.
Yeah, no, the ones they did sneak in, like there was some nice lighthearted moments and humor in it, and when it did work, like when Batman saves Martha Kent. And when his line when he's like,
I'm with your son, don't worry.
Yeah, I'm friends with your son. She's like, oh yeah, the cape. The line.
Kind of figured.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was.
Shut up, Kylo Ren. We're not talking about you anymore. So the reason that Batman v Superman sucks is because there's no Captain Phasma in it.
Yep, like pretty much.
There's not enough of her in it. This like instant fail. Okay, so well, let's try to take this beat for beat and like. In the structure of the movie.
Yeah.
So, for first order of business, the intro, like, for me, this movie, the best part about it was the intro. The whole Wayne's dying and Bruce Wayne in Metropolis. For me, that's the best part of the whole movie.
That was awesome. I liked pretty much every minute of it. It did drag on a little bit, I will say. Like, it was very long, but I didn't at all hate it. It was super visual again. That's Mr. Snyder's doing. But I made a comment. I remember like right after I saw it, I was talking to people I saw it with, and I was just like, guys, like what an intro, so awesome. But I feel just. I'm so tired of seeing Bruce Wayne's parents, just poor Thomas and Martha Wayne just getting gunned down all the time. I'm like, just
my God.
haven't they been through enough? They keep getting shot on screen, and I'm constantly reminded.
I thought it was a very Arkham-esque intro.
Yeah.
Like, especially with the opening credits, because, like, even when it said Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, I'm like, that's like, I was expecting something kind of, like, grandiose for that, but it hits you kind of like when you start playing an Arkham game, like, where, like, events start happening, and then the credits just kind of fade in and out, so I'm like, oh, that's pretty neat.
Speaking of which, just Batman alone, that was very Arkham entirely, where it comes down to the Batmobile and the fighting just the feel. It was, believe it when people say that this is a really good Batman / probably the best Batman we've seen, because I'm okay to call it that. I really love this version. Batfleck is fucking badass. Best scene in the movie easily is when he takes out a fucking warehouse full of these Russian dudes, again, to save Martha Kent, but like, it's literally the Arkham games. The moves he's doing and everything just feels like literally you. If you put a controller in your hand and you started just spamming X, it was literally the same feel as the Arkham games. It's just so good.
Like, that's the biggest reward this movie has is just slapping naysayers in the face and being like, "What was that? What was that? I can't hear you over the fact that you guys are saying I'm the best part of the movie."
Yep. Cause you didn't hate him at the beginning either, right?
Like what do you mean?
Like first I guess reveal, like look at the costume and everything.
Oh no! Well, again, my opinion was reserved until I saw him in at least in the trailers.
True, yeah.
Like, I at least see him playing out and being like, okay, until I get a feel of how he's gonna play the character, until I see it myself. Mm-hmm. Like, I thought it was incredibly strange at first. I'm like, what? Ben Affleck? What?
All right. Yeah. I honestly can say that I never had a problem with it. Ever since I saw it, and I saw the first image released, I was like, hey, he fits the suit. Let's see where it goes.
Yeah.
I was totally open for it, and I'm so glad it worked because he's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, like Batman for me, one of the best parts of the whole movie, if not the best part of the whole movie. Yep. Cinematography, I really dug. Let me go through it. Alfred, fantastic.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Jeremy Irons brought it home. That was fucking awesome. They were a really good combo. Let alone Batman, Bruce Wayne was really fucking good in this movie. Yeah. I really enjoyed, again, Batfleck's interpretation.
The first half of the movie for me is the best part. Like, well, again, I'm saying a lot of stuff is the best part, but it's the better part of the movie because it just I liked that intrigue. I like it immersed me more seeing Bruce Wayne. They're like just going like, who is this guy? I want to find out more about him. I want to. God, he's just like seeing how obsessed he is with Superman because of the fact. And this is one of the reasons I love this Batman, and one of the reasons I really like this movie is because they show how damaged Batman really is, like how mentally damaged he is. I really thought when they announced this movie, it was just going to be like, oh, Batman's just going to come here and take a big shit in Superman's backyard and be like, oh, I'm Batman, I'm awesome, I'm the best, you can't hit me, I'm the best because I'm Batman and stuff like that. But here, no, it's like Batman is obsessed with him because he feels so helpless. He feels powerless. He just feels like, it gets that paranoia of like, I want to control him. I want him to like, I just want to beat his ass down. Yep. I thought that was I thought that was really kick-ass to actually see Batman as a more mentally damaged person instead of a person who's like trying to do good things, because I definitely show the mileage that Batman has in this movie, and I'm not talking about just when they show Robin's suit. But like when he's like actually in the suit, when he's looking at the suit and he's like, I really want to put this on because I have nothing else to. I want nothing more to do with anything Bruce Wayne. Yes. I just want to do like this, and it's like this Batman's the better crafted version of this movie.
Yeah. All right, I'm trying with all my might to save just what I have to say about a certain character. So I'm trying to ping off some other ones. Wonder Woman. was alright. Like, I mean, I will say when she was in battle, she did the fucking Themyscira scream, like, awesomely. I thought that was great. I have to disagree with saying that she's not well fit. No. I guess, like, I don't know, for me, she doesn't just have the build of Wonder Woman in my eyes, and probably not my favorite of the redesigns of the Justice League.
But she does, like, visually fit the bill.
Absolutely, like, yeah. I definitely am okay with her being around. Just like how, for me, how I look at Superman, for me, he did nothing. Did you have anything else to say about Superman before I continue about Superman?
Yes, because Superman is flat as hell, and the fact of the matter is, we don't get to see any of the development that from Man of Steel. That's one of the reasons why I just like the existence of this movie, is because we don't get to see him develop as a character.
Nope.
After he snapped Zod's neck. I was thinking we were going to see something more like, I need to control my powers. I need these people to trust me. And we get a glimpse of that, but we don't get enough of it. We just get him being like, oh, people don't trust me. Oh.
That's literally Superman in every scene. He's just like, nobody likes me, guess I'll go. Flies away. I will say the only thing Henry Cavill, and I'm not sure if it's just him, the way he's acting, or if that's the way they writ Superman, he is an awesome look for Superman. Like, he is a meat wagon. He is the look of Superman. That's how I imagine. He's just big built dude, awesome, looks like a Superman, but just the heart's not there. Whoa. That, any interpretation, yeah, Lex Luthor Jr., Lex Luthor second half removed cousin, that, I don't care. That is not Lex Luthor in any way. That is not at all any depiction correct, not even close to how I imagine Lex Luthor being. And Jesse Eisenberg butchered that role. Butchered that role. Easily.
The thing is, I can't hate this Lex Luthor because he tried to be different. He played a more unhinged Alex Luthor.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that they said, okay, he's his son. So I'm like, okay, so that's, I can always take like comfort in the fact that that's not the real Lex
exactly.
Luthor.
That's the one thing, is that it's just, at least we have that title to pinpoint on him, but it's just like, the way I described it, he reminds me of Kevin McAllister from Home Alone.
Oh, God.
Leaving little fucking pranks around and all this little traps going, all right, Superman and Batman, come and get me. And then they just run in and slip around and get hit in the face with paint cans, because that's literally how it felt. He just felt like a kid in such a bigger situation.
Oh, God.
I think they should have gone for the mature Lex that we all know and love. And, you know, the smart, self-contained gentleman motherfucker who became president.
Yeah,
Lex
right?
Luthor. Like, that's the one I want to see. Not, Jesse Eisenberg, want to see me do a fucking magic trick on Facebook?
Oh, God. The thing is, with me, I like the fact that at least he tried to do something new, and the fact that he's showing a more mentally unstable Lex Luthor. I'm not saying I like him, but I do, because I've met people who have thought that this Lex Luthor was the best part of the movie. So, and I'm just like, you know, like, I don't blame you, because it was again one of those decisions that people are either gonna like or they're gonna hate it.
Yep.
You know,
yep.
Just that kind of like that twitch that he has and shit. And there were moments in this where I like the moment where he's manipulating Superman into fighting Batman, and like he has him on his knees, and then he's like that. I'm like, there's Lex. There's that bit of the original Lex Luthor. There he is. I love it. It's so evil.
Yes.
Oh, God, there it is. And I was just taking so much comfort in that, because I'm like, oh, that's so manipulative. I love it. What was he gonna say? That the whole Flash coming in.
Yeah.
That was the biggest surprise I ever had. Like, I'll I didn't even see it coming because that happened, and I'm like, holy shit, is that?
Yes.
And then after I took off the 3D glasses. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Like, the one thing I see out of that, I'm gonna say we'll get to that as well when we have our Justice League, just like right there, not separate video. I mean, literally like minutes from now. But the whole, aside from the Flash being Mr. Latino, which is like
Ezra Miller.
I don't know what's going on with that. I do like that they're taking a shot at finally doing something future with comics, which they just don't do for some reason. Like, I'm still waiting for my fucking Batman Beyond movie and stuff like that. But like, I'm just so glad that there's a glimmer of hope that we're actually that's gonna happen. Something like Flashpoint Paradox or the Infinite Crisis, and it's just like. Yeah, that's fucking cool.
Or they're embracing the fact that the whole alternate universe things. It's something that the Flash is doing,
Yes.
And I'm just like, I like that. Like, yes, get that DC strangeness up in this.
Absolutely. I'm completely okay with it.
Again, just going from one of the worst parts of the movie. Again, Lois Lane, the dumbest parts of the movie, and I'm like, so many things in the third act happen just out of convenience. Yeah. It happened a little too much for me, and I'm just like, the whole Lois just happens to get on a helicopter and happens to go to Gotham. I'm like, I didn't think Gotham and Metropolis were this close. 2, it's just the whole how she knew that they needed like the kryptonite stick to kill Doomsday, when none of them have said we need the kryptonite stick to kill Doomsday. She just saw it and she's like, oh,
I need this, I guess.
Yeah, and I'm gonna kill myself for it. The whole fact that like Superman couldn't hear her or notice that Lois was around while they were fighting Doomsday.
Okay, that whole business, that whole fight should not have existed in this movie. Everything like that. I will say that one of the coolest parts was maybe seeing everybody's fight styles against like all coming together. Like you see, Doomsday, big fucking air quotes. But I would rather see that in the Justice League movie, not this movie.
Right?
Like, you need to pump the brakes, and, like, fucking, that whole Doomsday shit, I still am not okay with a fucking percentage of it. Nothing. When does Doomsday have crazy nuke electronic laser powers, electricity?
For me, the movie fell apart in that last bit. Like, after the Batman fight,
I didn't care. Like, I literally didn't care enough to stick around. I think that was the case for me. I was like, I kind of really wanted this movie to end.
Yeah. Well, I'm just like, Superman's gonna die, isn't he? Superman's gonna die. Yeah, there he is. He's dead. Way to fucking go. You wasted his goddamn death scene, and now there's like, there's no weight to, again, no emotional weight to it at all, because you don't get to see Superman develop that much, and he's flat as hell in this movie, and that pisses me off so much, because I want people to like Superman. I'm not the biggest Superman fan, okay? I'm not like, I'm not Angry Joe, okay? Like, nothing against him. I like that he likes Superman, and I must say it's because of him that made me go, oh wow, there's a lot more to Superman. It made me like Superman more, and that's why I'm just like, I want people to like Superman. Yeah. Everybody I've talked to, they said, fuck Superman. Superman's the worst, but I'm like, I don't want him this. I don't want people to see him that way.
Exactly.
I want people to see Superman as a cool guy the same way they made Captain America a fucking cool guy in Winter Soldier.
Yes.
Like, God, I want people to just... I want people to like him, and especially in this movie where he's pitted against this guy, and he's like, just show him as a guy. Don't show him as kind of like...
That's all they had to do. And, yeah, there he goes.
Fucking hell. Like, God damn it. Like, I hate the fact that they wasted the death of Superman arc.
Yep. Yeah, that is...
And we know he's coming back. Yeah. Not just because of that last scene, but, like, even when he died, I'm like, even if you're not a comic book fan, you have to, like, and you know that Justice League is coming, you're just gonna be like, he's coming back. There's a Justice League movie. There is, like, you can't have a Justice League movie without Superman in it.
Yeah. There were, the parts that did stand out, though, like, a lot of the action scenes, were the most defining moments. Like, for me, like, again, there's the Batman scene in the warehouse. That was, like, moments like that is what I'm gonna look at that movie for. If I'm like, if I ever want to watch this again, it's for those.
Yeah.
But it's not definitely for, like, honestly, Batman and Alfred are the best characters in that movie.
Yep.
Straight up, no word of a lie, and it's just everybody else is just too boring.
I personally really like this version of Batman where he just like some collateral damage he doesn't give a shit about because at this point, why bother?
I'm glad we brought that up because at first I was a really like off-putting like
Weirded
when I
the fuck out,
saw him
right?
killing people, and I was like, whoa, like literally first reaction I was like, whoa, are you sure you really want to do this route, Mr. Snyder? Like, really?
Or like you just look at that and you're like, those people are not alive in that car.
Yeah.
They blew up and like just like they're dead.
I will say though,
No.
it was way more impactful. Like the fact that you did see this character that you've pretty much known growing up, that you know he's not supposed to. Yeah, he's not supposed to kill people, and then it was that. Yes, pertaining to the story, I understand. I completely understand why, but it was fresh enough to see that first reaction I wasn't okay with, and it was a little off-putting. But now I've shown a little light on it. I'm kind of okay with it. I will still say it's not like. Oh,
but let's talk about like how he offed to discount Matthew McConaughey.
Oh my god!
Like yeah. all right, man. Like
yeah, Jesus, he's like
barbecue season's in.
Essentially, like fuck. Oh gee, Kylo, stop it.
Now let's talk about one thing that I really wish was true in this movie, and it has to do with the whole Flash thing.
Oh.
Because when I saw it, I was like, oh shit, wouldn't it have been an amazing fucking twist if the reason Batman fights Superman in this movie is because Flash came back, gave him that vision, and said, you have to stop him because you were right about him all along. Well, he gives him the same message, but Batman takes that as I have to stop this motherfucker because he's gonna destroy the Earth because I've seen that. Yeah. Like, he takes it the wrong way. And everybody thinks he's crazy, but he's like, no, I have to stop him, and that further feeds his prejudice and his rage. And that's what gets him to fight him.
Yes.
And Superman's like, dude, I don't want to fight you, but Batman just keeps trying because he's like, one, he hates him because of what happened in Metropolis, and two, he has that vision in his mind, and he believes that this is gonna happen.
He doesn't want to see that future.
Yeah. But later on, when he finds out that Superman is not a bad guy, maybe he looks at it and goes like, maybe I have averted this future by sparing his life, or maybe like I have done something right, because he realizes that Superman is not a bad guy, that he's not their enemy. And he gives him the benefit of the doubt, though he still has that thing inside him where he's like, I gotta watch him, though.
And it kind of pertains to the classic Bruce and Clark battle that we know, like, between them as characters, right? Like, it's just that whole thing, and brings in, again, Justice League Doom, almost, where it's,
he has a contingency plan for all of them.
Exactly. Like, Batman's prepared to see, like, if one of them goes off the rails, like, he knows what's going to end up, so he made these prevention plans pretty much so that he doesn't see that future ever. Mm-hmm. And like, God bless Bruce for that, but poor Bruce at the same time for being like, what the fuck is that world? Why are my friends dying?
Right?
Like, holy shit.
Again, that I felt like that could have been so much stronger and totally out of nowhere with everybody that. Because he saw that vision, then he's like, I have to stop this guy. And it works because he doesn't know Clark yet. Exactly. He doesn't know. He sees him as an enemy. And when he sees him as a friend, and when he befriends him, he's like, maybe I have averted this future. Yeah. Maybe now this future won't come into it anymore. Yeah. But which would, again, in later movies be more effective, because then he would be like, no, I was always right about you. You are a fucking like bastard, and you need to die. Like, that would have fed into it so much better, and not just here but in the long run.
Yeah, exactly.
There's oh my god, like, they could have done that so much better, and I wish
they honestly could have done a lot. There's a lot of fine tuning that needs to be done, essentially, if they were to, but unfortunately that's what's done is done type thing, right?
What pisses me off the most about it is that scene with Flash coming and showing him that vision, that was a decision made while they were filming. So they weren't thinking about that scene. Like, they hadn't thought about that scene beforehand. They were like, Zack Snyder was like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we had this, like, happen right now? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do it. Which, again, like, just goes to show like, what kind of effort goes into this movie, and just goes like, God damn it.
Yeah.
A friend of mine...
I really want to love a lot of the decisions that they went with, but it's very hard to as comic book fans as we are. Like, again, yeah, we brought up like Infinite Crisis and stuff. It's cool. Like, I love that it's being mentioned. I love that it's actually like it's gonna be lore.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna be actual canon. But it's just the way it's executed is like, what are you doing? Like, come on.
I feel like fucking Warner Brothers is like, okay, fine, whatever, just put him in it. Like, I don't care. Just throw it out there. People are gonna go see it anyways, and they do, because fucking Batman v Superman sold like a $500 million.
Well, it's in the name. That's literally what made it so like sell. It's the reason why I went to go see it, and I advise everyone too. Like, it's not, you're not gonna waste your time with this movie. Honestly, yeah. This is all a lot of nitpicking and what we just really wanted to see. But again, we weren't hyped for it and weren't expecting much, so we didn't know what we wanted. But it
which
just
is the
so
best way to
happened
go
it
see
wasn't this. No, I'm kidding. It's just like I would love to see where it goes from this.
Yeah.
It's a nice start to see what they're gonna do with the like DC universe and stuff. I really hope it goes like above and beyond, higher than this.
Despite all my bitching about it, definitely this movie is definitely not the worst comic book movie of all time.
No, that's
people
for sure.
who say that are one trying to get people to click on their page, and two have never seen Green Lantern or X-Men Origins Wolverine or Steel or Batman and Robin. Like, they haven't seen a lot of bad superhero movies.
Yeah.
So it's like you can't say that, because this movie wasn't the worst. It's not one of the worst movies I've seen of all time. It's not the best. It's not the greatest, but it's entertaining. It's entertaining. It's an entertaining
good
time
enough
out.
to watch if you want a movie. If you want to see Batman and Superman fight each other, go see this fucking movie.
Right,
like,
yeah.
if you're fans and you guys know like the logos, you know how big these characters are. It's such an event that these guys are coming together in a movie it just hasn't been done before.
Yeah.
Right? We've seen it animated tons of times, and that's okay.
But
it's just like, we're actually getting living entities punch each other.
Yeah,
it's
right?
a cool feeling. You can't deny it.
And the thing is, this movie's been in production. Well, the idea of this movie's been in production for such a long time.
And it's not an easy task to tackle. Like, so you got to give some of the benefit of the doubt that like
that they really wanted to make this movie.
It's a story that a lot of people love and a lot of people hate. So you gotta like really fine tune it. But it's just I could have been done.
I could have been done so much better.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the film that we got, I was satisfied. I came out satisfied.
Yeah.
I came out saying I had a good time. Nothing in that movie was enough for me to say, fuck this, I'm done.
Yeah.
Nothing in it broke it for me. Though some of it like was kind of like, I was like, but like, I had a good time regardless.
Yeah. That's it. That's on Adjusted.
That's it.
So literally all we could say. We made literally the second half of our two-parter usual hype videos. This is just the after one because we didn't know what to talk about. Yeah. We don't know what we were hyped for. So if you're looking for that,
I feel like
we hope we covered it in this video. But...
I feel like we had to talk about it just because,
it's a big thing. It's a big event.
It was a big thing, and we weren't hyped about it, and now we came out and we're just explaining everything. Suicide Squad has to hit it out of the ballpark.
Honestly, I'm looking way forward to that. I think it's gonna be way better perceived.
We're gonna have much more fun.
Exactly. Like, it looks like they know what they're doing. It's just literally DC comic characters, but it looks like someone who knows how to write a script.
Justice League is in production this month.
I made the movie. It's okay. You want to see our evidence?
Sure.
Doomsday 2 shows up. Literally, it's Doomsday 2, and this one is skinnier. And he's about the same height, if not smaller than Superman. Just to give him so we can put him on a level playing field. Because Doomsday's not supposed to be a big guy or anything, or like an actual threat. Fuck that. Just make him like a little. Actually, we're just gonna have Doomsday show up and just die. That's actually how it just ends. Doomsday shows up and he's like, and then just see ya.
I thought you were gonna talk about like being a Bizarro Superman. Actually,
that would be.
I want to see Bizarro Superman. God damn you.
Yes,
Um,
that would be so fucking
Oh,
hilarious.
man. That was a really funny thing because I was watching Angry Joe react to one of.
Are you watching Angry Joe or are you ending this video?
Oh,
Stop trying to get compensation from Mr. Joe. He's busy.
yeah.
He's a busy man.
He's busy with what? Huh?
I don't know. I don't...
Being more popular than I am?
Yep. Because
Well, guess what,
you're
Joe?
not popular.
I'm special too.
It's okay. No, it's not. Don't let no. I don't even want to hold him. That's how much of a fucking failure he is. That's how much of a disappointment he is to everyone around him. He's more disappointing than Batman v Superman, John of Justice. John of Justice. Oh. Please! And you're gonna love me.